Hello, meatbags.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I have so many things to tackle, such little, almost no time, but this had to be addressed.
For some time now, people...
Ow. Okay, remember you're doing this for Blair. To most who don't know, this is Onion Boy here, who saw Miss White's video of him and made this comeback video. This awful comeback video that is filled to the brim with stupid.
Tonight's player today is me, extracting your spine from your dead body.
With this video, he targeted Miss White's Twitter and called onto his subs to flag her Twitter account. Now, Blair's Twitter account is no more. Again, I thought you were against violence against women, Ocean. But you clearly love beating women down into submission. So without further ado, let's get this started.
When I'm done with you, my mom's gonna pick me up and take me home.
For some time now, people have been demanding that I respond to this girl. She has an itty-bitty channel, so I didn't really want to pay her any attention, as giving her attention, of course, only benefits her.
Apparently you didn't hear about this guy who attacked a 12-year-old kid, and he also brought up subscriber account. Tell you right now, when you make a video on me, that yeah, I have way less subscribers than you and Miss White, so I beat you to the punch. Continuing with this story, the brave white knight makes a video on the kid and pulled in Undoomed with Bearing making a video and shit posting of both Undoomed and Bearing's followers. Undoomed made a video whipping the piss out of this white knight, and now the kid McAwesome has 11,000 subs.
Ah yes, we, as in you and your 2 subscribers.
Yeah. 2 subs, and thanks to you, he has 11,000. Now you said you wouldn't give her the attention, then why the fuck are you making this video in the first place? To show how much you love beating women down if they don't bow down to feminism?
But after enough harassment from you people,
So you hate your fans as well and call their comments to be harassment for you to see Miss White's video about you, and you call it harassment. He's harassment! He's harassment! I'm harassment! Is there any other harassments I should know about?
Meow.
I'm out of here.
decided to finally respond to her video. Her title is Onision Rages About Feminism and Looks Stupid. Before I get started actually responding to your video, I want to congratulate you on the fact that you're not forced to wear a burqa, thanks to, of course, feminists.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
I want to congratulate you on the—
No, you're not! God, it's like you just use words you hear randomly to try and sound smarter!
fact that you're not forced to wear a burqa, thanks to, of course, feminists.
What the hell are you talking about? Feminists have yet to tackle the third world. They stay here where they can say anything they want without consequences. Also, the first world isn't forcing women to wear burqas, but over there in our brothers in the UK and Australia, they are getting Islamists pushing for women to wear burqas. But again, feminists and social justice warrior retards like yourself are calling anyone that says otherwise Islamophobic and racists.
Now prepare yourselves for statements from a woman clearly benefiting from many feminists who came before, shitting all over them. Because after all their hard work, she has the privilege to live in a society that is nowhere near as harsh to her as it was to many women who came before.
Well, for one thing, you're right. She now lives in a country that treats her far better than back during the first wave feminism era. But you're also acknowledging that women now have privileges. Why the fuck are you saying this? Aren't you on the feminist side? What you're saying is taboo and harassment
For her.
Hey, Onisions.
Oh, hello, Blair. You're looking fabulous as always. You keep up the good work. Also, I hope you get your Twitter and Facebook back. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that his fan also targeted her Facebook. She doesn't have that either. Progression!
Motherfuckers come on, 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 motherfuckers come on. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8, 30 38s, 99s, 10 Mac 10s, the shit's never end. You can't touch my riches, even if you had MC Hammer and them 357 bitches. Biggie Smalls, a million.
So, I heard you like being cucked.
That's how you're gonna start this video, with something you heard? What I actually enjoy is having sex with two amazing women, and I do so with zero remorse.
Oh, fuck you! Are you seriously bragging that you have a wife that has a side ass? How are you a feminist again, that you allow your wife to fuck another woman that you fuck as well? It doesn't matter what you say, your allies, you know, feminists will call you a cheating pig that needs to be slaughtered.
Maybe do more research in the future, so you don't appear so ignorant.
What? What?
So, in case you don't know who Onision is, he's basically what happens when you combine a Pokemon hentai fetish, a spare chromosome, and 20-something years of sexual repression.
So she just threw all Down syndrome people under the bus in order to take a jab at me. As for the alleged 20 years of sexual oppression, I lost my virginity at age 14, and I've had sex literally thousands of times since then. But you get a gold star for trying.
I'm sorry. I really am. I'm more calm and collected when I'm trying to make these videos to be funny and informative, expressing my opinion that these assheads don't want. But he has done nothing but a solid minute right now of bragging of his sex life. And FYI, dude, bro, it's sex master, cha, bro. People with Downs aren't the only ones with an extra chromosome. You just wanted to use them as your straw man. There are very rare mutations like extra limbs, extra Y, or X chromosome that most of you social justice warrior retards are trying to push as another gender. So fuck you.
Feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economic equality to men.
Congratulations, you read a dictionary definition. I can do that too.
Did you just use Urban Dictionary in response to me using an actual definition? Do you actually consider Urban Dictionary a credible source? Because if so, this is going to be a rough ride for—
Actually, I find Urban Dictionary to be more credible source than the actual dictionary, because they actually get what women actually think the definition should be and can change it accordingly to their agenda for the day. And you're going to pull up the definition again, aren't you?
you. Definitions I
Oh, god damn it.
use are part of the foundation of the English language.
The English language has been and still been butchered from what it used to be. And you know what else from the Urban Dictionary has been placed into the English Dictionary? Yeah. How's that dictionary you love so much coming along? I hope it's swimmingly, huh? Some Tumblr words in that dictionary you love so dear. That book is fucking meaningless.
Literally anyone can go to Urban Dictionary and define whatever they feel like, however they want.
Case and fucking point.
And how about I prove my point right now, to really get you to understand how foolish you're being. Oh wow, looks like Blair White isn't defined yet. Since you seem to think Urban Dictionary is such a credible source, let's define Blair Whites as black and white wildcats you tend to see roaming city streets covered in their own vomit and urine. Make sure you tweet at Onision when you posted this definition to Urban Dictionary, so we can all celebrate these wonderful Blair Whites and their majestic feline ways.
Wow, for a feminist, you really love beating women down. Actually, that's what they do, really. The pretty ones get it bad from, well...
Ugly bitches! No!
I know I sound like a total ass right now because I am. But you're just being a complete hypocrite by saying you're a feminist, but at the same time, you're fucking two women, you're married, and basically cheating with consent, and basically bullying and targeting this stunning creature who has gone through hell to become who she wanted. You're just horrible. A horrible human being who can't see how hypocritical he is right now.
It's because people say stupid shit like, egalitarianism is better than feminism, even though it's basically the same thing. They both call for equal rights.
Actually, it's not the same thing, and the very definition that you cited in order to decimate everyone shows that. Feminism operates in the sphere of women's rights. It's right there in the definition. Egalitarians are concerned with the rights of everyone regardless of skin color or gender. It's a very important distinction to make, and it's one that you could have easily made if your IQ was anywhere above -6.
You know, if you didn't have your head so far up your own ass, you would have listened to what she had said. You have totally ignored what she was explaining to you. That your definition of feminism was the equal rights of women and only women. It is literally in the fucking definition.
Wow, that would be a really good point you made if I didn't literally say basically the same thing. Even though it's basically the same thing. Even though it's basically the same thing.
Basically the same thing.
Actually, it's not the same thing.
Instead of literally the same thing.
Did you not hear what she just said, you fucking degenerate? She thoroughly explained the key differences between the two, and you just don't want to listen because your head, again, is so far up your own ass. I'm not even halfway through the video. From the 2.5 minutes of his video, I have completely lost my mind.
You then go on to say,
it's a very important distinction to make, and it's one that you could have easily made if your IQ was anywhere above -6.
Meanwhile, again, you seem to want to be perceived as a credible person, and yet you stated I have an IQ that doesn't exist. If you only took the time to Google it, you of course would have known that.
She was making a joke, you moron. Everyone knows there is no such thing as a negative IQ. She is making you out as an ignorant narcissist. And she has done this from the beginning of your own goddamn video without even showing her face yet, you clusterfuck of hypocrisy.
1,000 people voted. 69% of feminists believe that women are equal to men.
Whoa, look at Anision dropping truth bombs with a Twitter poll. Much science, very truth.
Since that time I made the video, the poll got over 12,000 votes. Regardless of how valid or invalid you think a Twitter poll is, you're still looking at 12,000 people who stated what their beliefs are. 11% of the people who voted, identifying themselves as feminists, said that women are superior, and 15% voted inferior. 11% and 15% almost cancels itself out. We like to invalidate things on Twitter when they don't agree with us, but you and I both know well, just because something's on Twitter doesn't mean it's invalid.
Of course, Twitter polls are not meaningless. But a poll that had years of research and requested from feminists like you on how the internet is a misogynistic place only to have it backfire and say that women are mostly the leading cause of most of misogynistic hate speech. Hell, I could have told you that. Just look up a fat girl in booty shorts and you'll see row after row of women commenting on her on how she shouldn't wear that because she is so fat. You people just sweep it under the rug like it never happened, or you didn't even request it. It didn't happen.
This is one of many examples of important statements made on Twitter that is not degraded by the fact that it's on the site. You disregard that poll because it's simply not convenient to you. People utilize the same tactic on a regular basis. Polls don't agree with them, they immediately try to invalidate them. And
oh, you mean like how feminists try to disregard the poll that they requested? You know, the 50% misogynistic hate speech was women? No? You're just gonna disregard that like you're blaming her? Okay.
You ignoring 12,000 people? That takes a special kind of stubbornness.
And you're just a hypocrite.
And you know, Anision, it's really interesting you're making this argument. I mean, do you remember when you said this?
Personally, I've always felt that women are superior to men.
That lack of self-awareness, man.
Just one request, work on your editing skills.
Personally, I've always felt that women are superior to men.
That lack of self-awareness, man.
You keep cutting off statements. And it's super annoying because it makes it look like I'm the one who doesn't know how to...
Oh, I'm sorry, did I cut you off? I didn't mean to. Oh, never mind. I totally meant to do that because I'm a dick.
Properly edit videos when I'm responding to your video. As for you pointing out that I think women are superior to men, I think most women are superior to men. But as I established in previous videos, a belief that a gender is superior does not equate to hypocrisy.
It totally fucking does. God damn, the mental gymnastics on this guy. He could win us the gold medal.
When a person is fighting for equal rights. Just because I think ice cream is better than cake doesn't mean I'm going to try and stop people from eating cake. In fact, if they're both consumed equally, that's fine with me. I just personally like the ice cream more. So the point you were trying to make was actually completely pointless. And as you obviously don't know, I identify as a feminazi. You should really watch my previous videos before speaking of me further, because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. You prioritize your closed-minded personal experiences over the fucking truth.
Yeah, and you are prioritizing your allegiance to a dictionary over the truth. The word feminism was created in the 1890s. 1890s! To pretend as if the movement hasn't changed since then at all, or to stick your bobblehead so far in the dirt that you don't see that the actions of third-wave feminists have greatly turned off a lot of people from the movement, is stupid.
She's clearly stating that the definition of feminism is not accurate to what feminism represents today. And she's only able to do this because she immediately wrote off this poll that thousands of feminists voted on, clearly pointing out that the majority of feminists...
Or, hear me out, she went to the internet, went on YouTube, and watched a couple of cringeworthy feminists doing horrible shit. Or every article ever a feminist wrote is complete horse shit. Have you ever even tried to look through it? You haven't, because again, your head is up your ass.
Let me just stop you so you don't waste a line of questioning. I'm just giving you...
I love the mansplaining. I'm enjoying it.
You're loving what?
The mansplaining that's going on.
Well,
just talking me through how by not answering the question, by repeating processes which are not related to the question.
I have done my research. I've done my research. You're fucking old. Old. You're fucking a white male. Yes. In America. Yes. Look at all the fucking black people that are.
And there's much more, I can tell you that, sir.
Believe in equality. That's how people continue living their lie. They're faced with facts, they immediately state it's invalid, and they continue their narrow-minded mindset that's focused on a negative.
I have never seen someone so hypocritical in my life. You're doing the very thing that you're blaming her for in your own damn video.
Rather than a positive. Here's a couple feminists at a rally. They look peaceful, they look happy, they no doubt believe in equality. But this is super boring, right? There's no violence, there's no screaming, there's no chaos. So of course we'll never hear about it in the news because we are a society that loves to focus on the negative. If you guys have any experience with watching the news, you will very likely 100% agree with me. So what do? We turn feminism into something like this. This awkward, weird situation becomes one of the only things we want to focus on when we think of feminism anymore. Here's a normal, peaceful rally. Someone holding up a sign, "Stop killing women," which guess what? Many women are killed for doing things that men can do without being punished. One example is this man beating a woman for allegedly removing her burqa. Meanwhile, that man's free to walk around without a burqa.
Like I said in the beginning of this video, in Muslim Islamic countries and religions, they are required by law to wear a hijab or burqa. If they do not, they are labeled as whores and will be raped and beaten without hesitation. Feminists have yet to tackle the third world. So yeah, it's not that important to you people.
And obviously that is one of many reasons why feminism was and continues to be important in the world in general. But back to my point, the majority of feminists believe in equality and wish to fight for women to have equal rights. I proved that in a poll that you conveniently ignore. Meanwhile, you have no poll of your own proving feminists believe any different. So I think for now, we'll go ahead and go with the only person who actually has evidence.
Okay, you're right on that one. But you know who else has some proof? Sargon Cod, Undoomed, Bearing, Feminism is for No One. I could keep going on. Suit Yourself, Shoe on Head, Armored Skeptic. You can look it up yourself. These people have the evidence to back up their claims. And if you could have taken the time to look at her other videos, yeah, she has proof to back up her fucking claims.
Is not synonymous with women's rights.
Oh my god, did you really just say that? It's in the definition. The definition is the same in the Cambridge Dictionary. It says basically the same thing in the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, and dictionary.com also agrees.
Oh god damn it.
If you went to a college and you didn't respect definitions, you would flunk out.
Actually, being trans, it would be a hot potato situation. They can't really do anything about it, but No, she probably wouldn't get flunked out.
Being against feminism does not mean that you are against women's rights. It means that you're in opposition to the ideological framework in which feminism operates under.
Dude, if your head went any farther up your ass, you would implode. I implore you to stop.
In 1848, a bunch of people gathered for the sake of women being treated equally, for women have voting rights, etc. Now I know you and your ignorance want to believe that feminism hasn't accomplished much since then. It's super convenient for you to have your position, as hating feminism is a pretty popular thing right now, due to a lot of people online having an incredibly uneducated perspective on feminism, and somehow the inability to focus on anything but negative when it comes to feminism. Thanks to feminism in 2016, women were finally allowed to have any job.
Oh, you mean the draft? Yeah, men were doing this before women's, but a lot of women said they didn't want to do this, so thanks, feminism.
In the military. Thanks to feminism, these events also occurred.
I bet you still can't hit them.
One of the most important being the rights women have when they're victims of violence, including victims of trafficking. Even still today, women are struggling with having rights to their own body.
Then stop asking the government to get involved.
As for some crazy reason, some people seem to believe that even when a woman is raped, she is not allowed to abort the baby she was impregnated with by the rapist, because of course they no doubt have a religious agenda and care more about their made-up fairies than the victims right in front of them. Thanks to feminism, you can't discriminate against people based on sex. Yeah, this is why feminism is great. In fact, if you're a woman and you're sexually discriminated on, you can actually sue people. And that too is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they were good at the time, but now we have people who are abusing that power. So, it's a double-edged sword here, sir.
Again, rape is a huge problem even in our first world country. And thanks to feminists, rape victims have more rights against the people who sexually violated them.
Again with the double-edged sword here. We still got people who are willing to abuse the power and commit fake sex crimes to get people in trouble and or get money or get famous or just to ruin someone's life.
Now, I'm only 2 minutes into your video, but I am going to go ahead and stop because I'd like to spend time with my family at some point today. But I think I've more than thoroughly established how uneducated you are. And also how—
Someone should call the police because I believe he beats his wife and his fuck buddy.
Obviously ungrateful you are. You, the person who's clearly battling against feminism, could very well be raped. And without feminism, the person who raped you would have even less of a chance of seeing any time in jail than he already does. And
I don't think you understand the ramification of someone who is raped at all. Or between someone who is faking it. We call it due process. Everyone has it. They could be guilty or not guilty. It's all with evidence, and that's pretty much it. It's in the hands of evidence. It's in the hands of the court. It's in the hands of your God.
On top of that, if you got pregnant in a society without feminism, you would—
This is how I know you haven't done your research. She's fucking trans. She can't get pregnant. But I will call her a she because she went through the process of becoming a she. She deserves to be called that. Not like Milo Stewart. She is a she because she lopped off her dick and balls. You're a fucking moron!
Would be forced to have that baby. And additionally, without feminism, you could also potentially be forced to marry the person who raped you. It's in Deuteronomy 22:28-29. Long before feminism had a foothold. Thanks to feminism, you don't have to spend the rest of your life maritally shackled to the person who sexually violated you.
He's still going with it! She couldn't get pregnant if she tried! Oh my creator.
But if that individual didn't want to marry you, then guess what? Without feminism, he won't be forced to pay you child support.
What the fuck are you talking about? Of course he wouldn't pay child support because he raped her and ran. He ain't gonna stop like, oh, I should take responsibility for this child. No, he said, I got pussy, I need to leave.
Support. So here you are, a victim of a horrible crime, forced to bring a rapist's baby into this world, with no possible punishment given to the rapist, thanks to people like you using ignorance to fight against people who would fight for you. The majority of—
I still find it hilarious he has not found out that she is trans. But hey, Blair, if a cuck like this can't figure out that you were once a man and now a woman, your doctor did a very good job, and I can tell you that. He did a very good job.
People do not commit crimes. The majority of people are not extremists. The majority of people live peaceful lives. Most of us know all this to be true because we've gone out in public and seen how consistently orderly things tend to be in the majority of this country, which happens to be primarily low crime areas. So considering how non-extreme most people are, wouldn't you think that most people who fight for women's rights are also non-extreme?
Of course we do. Everyone knows there's gonna be a bad egg every once in a while. But to say that there isn't is wrong and stupid. However, you just want to sugarcoat it that feminism is hunky-dory and all that, but we've seen some people who do some horrendous shit. We see them push censorship on basically everything and want to change everything because they do not like it. So they could do it peacefully or they can do it horribly. We're still gonna fight. We're still gonna be here to fight against it. So bring it.
Simply want equality between the genders. That does not make them an extremist. That does not make them something negative. It makes them...
You could say the same thing for Black Lives Matter, but recently, what the hell happened? Now you tell me, was that decent?
Decent. So in the future, instead of fighting against people who are fighting for you, you simply saying thank you would suffice.
She doesn't have to say a goddamn thing. And unlike you, who pushed out at 2 minutes, I did your entire 10-minute video. So I'm the bigger man, and I'm a fucking robot. So that's the end of this video. Blair, I hope you see this video. And I will see you meatbags in the next video.
Get the fuck out of here.